This just might be the end of Logan Paul. Hey everyone, it's one of YouTube, MrLiraCarrillo. Today, I wanted to talk about the Logan Paul controversy. He's back at it again. I know I'm a little late to barely addressing this topic, but to be honest, I need the views. For those of you who don't know who Logan Paul is, he's a WWE wrestler. He has his own podcast, and he released probably one of the biggest sports drinks in America. You ever see like those little 12-year-old kids that are so obsessed with this drink named Prime? Yeah, you can blame Logan for that. He's also kind of a YouTuber. He doesn't really upload as much as he used to before, and now he does a lot of other things other than YouTube, but he is essentially still a YouTuber. For those of you that really don't know Logan Paul, he is probably one of the most controversial people on the internet. Well, in the beginning of his career, he was. Now he's back in it. But let me remind you of what Logan Paul is really known for. That's way back when he went to Japan and filmed a dead body in Suicide Forest. Now, I'm not for one to bring up the past. You know, when I see somebody that kind of changes and learns to be a better person, then I'm like, all right, cool. Kind of forgive and forget. But turns out we're not really seeing that much of a change in Logan at all. Now, there's a lot going on with him. I mean a lot. Like if I were to break down everything that's going on with him, it'd be like an hour-long video, maybe like 30 minutes at the minimum. I just kind of want to talk about what's really, really trending right now. And that's his upcoming fight versus Dylan Dennis. Now, if you don't know who Dylan Dennis is, he's who is Dylan Dennis again? Dylan Dennis, he's a mixed martial artist. He's been in a bunch of MMA competitions. He is a pretty good jiu-jitsu artist. Now, obviously, there's been a trend of, you know, YouTubers fighting other, you know, athletes, especially Jake Paul in the beginning of his career. He fought a basketball player, a very much retired UFC fighter, and another UFC fighter. So, Logan Paul is fighting Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis has probably marketed this fight in the most insane way known to man. Now, if you don't have Dylan on Twitter, yes, I say Twitter. No, it's called X, but it's still twitter.com. Dylan has just been exposing Logan's relationship to the maximum. So Logan is currently engaged with Nina Agdal. She's a Danish model, and she's got quite the background on her. She's been around quite a lot, and I mean a lot of dudes, and Dylan has just posted like almost every guy she's been with, and it is just comedy. I mean, you can scroll. She has been with so many guys before this, and not just any guys. There's Leonardo DiCaprio, there's a picture with her and LeBron James. The list just goes on. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, these are just pictures with random dudes, right? Or, to play devil's advocate, she might just be taking pictures with them. Even though these guys are really close next to her and they're kind of holding her in a way that could be their girlfriend, it's still weird. There's actually videos of it.
I don't really think penises are that pretty, so I prefer you to hide it inside.
I sucked a dick in a football stadium full of people once.
All I want is like a big fat sausage just destroying my body. So if any of you guys know a good that doesn't have STDs on it, I'll take it.
And how do we know about all this? That is because Dylan Dennis has done nothing but tweet all of this. That's all his feed on Twitter.
To be honest with you guys, I'm not gonna lie, I was like gonna praise him because, like, you know, I'm all about like trans and like LGBTQ and everything. So I was gonna be like, oh, it's awesome. He like has a fiance that's trans. So I thought she was. Fucked. And then I looked it up and it was a girl. And then I started seeing all the stuff. So I was like, oh.
Oh man, at this point, I don't even care about the fight. I care about Logan's freaking, his like, you know, his health, his sexually transmitted health. But there's a clip in particular where Logan says, yeah, everything was kind of sketchy at the moment. So we kind of waited to, you know, do our little thingy thing.
Did you guys hook up the first night?
Yes.
Hold on.
But not entirely.
She wouldn't have sex with me.
I know that.
For a while.
Well, it wasn't a while because it wasn't measured in days.
Yo, come on. Yo, no.
No, she knows it.
I know, but we got, come on, bro. This is my fiance.
No problem. No problem. Listen,
Keep it classy.
no problem.
Keep it classy.
No.
I sucked a dick in a football stadium full of people once.
I said this girl's perfect as far as I can tell. This girl's perfect.
Logan knows she's a hoe! Look, I understand. Everyone can date whoever. But why would you put something like that out on the internet and then this happens? Sometimes things are just meant to be private, especially a clip like that. That should have never been talked about in the podcast at all. And to top things off, they recently had their press conference, right? Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. And of course, Dylan being the menace that he is right now, he brings up comments about his fiance.
Can we get a zoom in on the cake? Check it out, Dylan. There's you, camel toe and all.
Logan, is this like an edible cake?
Just like his wife.
We will be cutting it up and passing it around to anyone who wants
Just
to
like his
Dylan
girl,
Dennis
just like his
camel toe.
fiance.
You don't gotta take that shit out on me because my brother hooked up with your ex.
At least I got rid of this slut. You're marrying one.
Dylan.
Logan's reaction is just, it's just bizarre. Like, it sounds like he's kind of not really mad or triggered by the comments. He's kind of just letting him entertain it. Now, for me, I'm not the biggest. I'm not the strongest guy, especially compared to Dylan Dennis. That you can probably mollywop me in a heartbeat. I don't care. If you disrespect my girl the way Dylan is, I wouldn't care about the fight, the press conference. I'm not gonna entertain it. At the least, I'm not gonna entertain it. I'm literally gonna catch you outside and do everything in my physical capability to put you in a body bag. And even in general, when it comes to boxing fights, it should be just between the fighters. Nobody else. No one brings in their girl, their mom, their family, their like, don't bring any of that. But we can't really blame Dylan because this has happened so many times. Jake's done it when he was supposedly calling out Dylan Dennis.
Dylan, I know you're watching this, and just remember you're still a bitch, and I hooked up with your girlfriend. Savannah, what's good? How you doing?
KSI attacked Logan's girlfriend at the time. And then you have Conor McGregor.
Your wife is in me DMs, hey baby, hit me back up on chat you later on. We'll be at the after party, the Win nightclub, baby.
But the point is, it shouldn't be done, and it's entertaining. I can't complain because, my God, it's entertaining. Now, I used to hate Dylan Dennis. Reason being because he would call people out, he would have a fight, and he would pull out. And he talked so much crap all on Twitter. He just kept ranting, talking trash about everybody, and everyone in the comments just clowned on him because they called him a sissy. They did, because how are you gonna call somebody out and then you don't even show up to the fight? But Dylan is now just the freaking anti-hero of the story. But at this point, I think the real fight is whether or not Logan's gonna continue with this marriage. But the weird thing about Logan's relationship, they've only been dating for a year, and then he proposed. In my theory, I have a theory, this is a crazy theory, I think he did it to cover up his controversy. That's why he proposed. I know, that's an insane theory. I have some evidence to back that up, but again, that's a completely different video. That's pretty much it for now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about all this. Would you date someone like Nina? Would you continue in the marriage? Would you want to have the wedding with this woman? I would honestly love to hear, because this is just creating so much conversation. I'd like to hear guys' thoughts in the comments below, and let me know if you guys want to do more videos on this, because like I said, there is so much more Logan Paul controversy. Like, for example, his best friend being Christian and Logan Paul bashed him.
Jesus Christ fucks. Oh, God. Why we have to perpetuate a belief that is fucking silly. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, but that's not...
Subscribe to a doctrine that slams homosexuality. Come on, bro.
Because you always put that on me. You always yell at me about gay people. I never once talk about gay people.
Because you're subscribed to the doctrine that perpetuates that information.
I'm subscribed to love my neighbor. What do I need a therapist for then?
Jesus isn't doing it for you. And I
what do I need a therapist for?
I don't believe you're as emotionally mature as you could be.
But when it comes to religion, you have to tiptoe.
No, I don't.
He actually left the podcast, and there's a bunch of controversy behind it. There's actually NDAs behind it and lawyers and all kinds of stuff. And Jake Paul and Logan, they actually do have beef, which they are both siblings. They're both brothers. Logan was bad-mouthing Jake on Logan's podcast.
I think I'm better than you. And I think Nate chose you for a reason. And I think everyone knows that. I'm tired of not being picked because you're an easier fight.
Is that what you really think in your head?
Jay.
But motherfuckers are avoiding me. Everyone secretly knows why. No one wants to say it because I have an 0-1 record. I am strategic with my partnerships and amplification. That's part of the shtick. I don't miss, and I won't miss when we sell pay-per-views. I'm a sick promoter. I'm confused why anyone would choose you. An easier fight.
Yeah, get over it. Like, and meanwhile,
come on, I'm your brother building a
oh
business.
yeah, you're my brother building a business. You love to play both sides, bro.
What's the other
You
side
play
am I playing?
both
Whose other
sides.
side am I playing?
You play both sides.
What's
and it's
the
like,
other side that I'm playing?
I'll partner with all of your enemies.
Question.
Why do you care? What do you care more about? Going to my event or having a prime bottle in your hand?
I care that it was such a big deal for your team that I'm trying to build a multi-billion-dollar business, and your team, who I see every single day,
at whose event?
An issue with it.
At whose event?
Your event.
Exactly. My event.
I'm your brother.
Yeah, exactly. So respect what's going on at my event.
And also, Logan has been involved in some crypto scams where he scammed about thousands of people about over $1 million.
It's just the classic influencer greed story where this guy launches an NFT project, does millions upon millions of dollars in sales, and delivers nothing. He promises the world a fun blockchain game that earns you money, and he did nothing, and the project was left abandoned. The backlash against him was so severe that he releases a video saying, I'm going to pay back $1.7 million. I'm committing $1.7 million to anyone who bought an NFT can get a refund. After he said he was going to do it, he's posted nothing. There's no way to get a refund right now. I texted him. I said, hey, where's this money? He left me on red. But I've talked to him, and when I talk to him, there's just sort of this feeling of, he's like, I just don't want to think about this. It's your company. And you promise people you're going to make the money, and now you haven't said anything for over a year, then you say you're going to refund them and you don't say anything for 2 months. That's an issue. Does that make sense?
No.
Well, don't worry. You're kind of actually caught up.
Anyway, the plot just thickens. So if you guys want to hear more of that, just let me know in the comments below, and I will gladly get the clicks and views and make another video about this. But yeah. That's about all I got for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that nice stuff. Share to a friend to inform them that Logan Paul is probably gonna get an STD.